once again in the class of water resource engineering. So we are learning the canals. So today we are going to see what are the cross drainage works. I am Mr. Susuglia, Assistant Professor, Civil Engineering Department. The cross drain work. The work constructed to pass the canal water safely under or over the drainage is called as a cross drain work. Or irrigation structure constructed for carrying the canal water safely over or under the drainage water is called as a cross drainage work. When the canal is taken off from the reservoir, it meets various natural drainages before reaching to the watershed line. In this range, cross drainage works are required to be constructed. So, what are the different types of CD works? So, aqueduct, super passage, level crossing, and inlets and outlets. So, we'll see one by one. Now, the selection suitable type of CD work. So, the first thing is the bed level of irrigation canal and natural drainage. So depending upon which we have to select the suitable type. Then economy of construction, then total discharge carried by the canal and drain. Then if the bed level of the canal is above HFL of the drain, then as aqueduct should be preferred. If the drainage is of medium size culvert should be preferred. If FSL of the canal below the drainage bed, super passage should be provided. When the sufficient headway is not available, even by the changing alignment of the canal, siphon aqueduct should be preferred. When the drain bed level is lower, the FSL of the canal higher than the drain bed level, the canal siphon or siphon super passage should be provided. When the canal and drain bed level are practically at the same level, then the flow is for a short period without much silt. Level crossing should be preferred. So these are the selection or a tentative selection types of the CD works, which where we have to choose. First is the aqueduct. The irrigation structure constructed for passing the canal water safely over the drainage water is called as aqueduct. Basically, drainage means the natural nala or the river, etc. So, refer the drainage like that. The aqueducts are constructed where the discharge of drain is more in comparison to canal discharge, and when the canal bed level is sufficiently below the HFL of the drain. So, here you can see this is the canal and this is the stream, that is drainage, and this is the bank of the stream. So canal is going over this particular stream with the help of these piers, and this is the inspection room. So here you can see this is the aqueduct. Now aqueduct further classified as pipe aqueduct, box culvert, or irrigation slab drain, masonry aqueduct, siphon culvert, or irrigation culvert. Where you can see this is the nala and canal is going over that particular nala. So it is called as aqueduct. So the pipe aqueduct. In this case, the canal water is taken through the pipe. The pipeline aqueduct is of the diameter of the pipe depends on the discharge, and it is adopted when the canal section is very small and width of drain is more. So here you can see this is the natural stream and this is the this pipe aqueduct. In the box culvert. The culvert are similar to ordinary bridges, only difference is that road is replaced by canal. The culvert are provided under following situation. When stream discharge is less as compared to the canal discharge, in culvert, thickness of the slab is generally 30 to 50 centimeter. It consists of abutment of UCR or concrete and piers accordingly to necessary. In the masonry aqueduct. In this type of aqueduct, it is constructed with the masonry and width of drainage is very large and the drain water passes through it. The roadway is provided on the one side of the canal and inspection path on the other side. The wing wall also provided on the upstream and downstream side. In the siphon aqueduct, when the HFL of the drainage is above or touches the CBL, that is canal bed level, but lower than the FSL, that is full service level, and the drainage is small, in this type, the aqueduct is preferred. In this type of canal is at higher level than the drainage. It consists of the pipe aligned normal to the canal at sufficient depth below the CBL, that is channel bed level, and the canal is flumed and taken cross through. The water flows under hydrostatic pressure through this depression, and in order to avoid the deposition of silt, a small slope is provided to give self-cleaning velocity. So here you can see this is the siphon aqueduct. So this is the canal, this is the inspection road, and this through this siphon action, this particular water flows and it touches this canal bed. So it looks like it is floating on this particular water stream, but it is because of this siphon aqueduct. Now the siphon culvert. In this type of culvert, the bed of the drainage is depressed. These are not preferred if the discharge through drainage is more. The irrigation culvert. These culverts belong to the class of cross drainage work. These are located at nala, stream, torrent, river where it crosses the canal alignment. These are preferred when width of drainage varies from 2.5 to 16 meter. Arch roofs are provided instead of the RCC slab. Now the super passage. When the drainage water at a point of crossing taken over the canal, it is called as a super passage. So earlier what is the case? The canal is flowing over the nala. Now nala is flowing over or natural drainage flowing over the canal. Super passages are constructed when the discharge is small in the comparison with the canal discharge and when sufficient clearance is available between the vessel of the canal and the drain bed. It is classified as pipe super passage and siphon super passage. So this is the super passage. Here the stream is here and canal is below this particular super passage. The pipe super passage. In this case, the pipe is provided to carrying the drainage water over the canal. Pipe super passage is provided only if the discharge is less. The main disadvantage of this type of the super passage that if silt is deposited, it is difficult to clear off in the pipe. Now siphon super passage. In this type, the bed canal depressed so that FSL should not touch the roof of the waterway. So this is here you can see this is depressed. This canal bed has been depressed and this is the drainage. Now the level crossing. When the canal bed level and the drain bed level practically at the same, the drain water is taken into the canal and allowed to intermingle with the canal water. Such type of cross drainage work is known as the level crossing. It is constructed where the RL of the canal bed and RL of the natural drain are practically are the same. Also, when the discharge of the drain and that of the canal is approximately same at same magnitude, duration of flood of the drain is short and no other structure is economically feasible. So you can see these are the regulators and this is the crust wall. So, and this is the canal and this is the river. So this flows in between and these are the regulatory work has been used to control the flows. Now the inlets and outlets. The inlets admits the water stream into the canal and flows mixed with the canal water and then excess discharge is allowed to pass through the outlet. The capacity of inlet and outlet must be same and sides and beds of the canal must be protected by the stone. Now, what are the difference between aqueduct and super passage? The irrigation structure constructed for passing the canal safely over the drainage is called aqueduct. The hydraulic structure which the drainage is passing over the irrigation canal is known as the super passage. The bed level of the canal is sufficiently above the HFL in the drain. In this super passage, this structure is suitable when the bed level of the drainage is above the flood surface level of the canal. In aqueduct, the discharge through drains is more than the discharge through canal. In this, the discharge through canal is more than discharge through drain. Then in aqueduct, the section of the canal is designed as per FSL with sufficient freeboard. The freeboard about 1.5 should be provided for a safety in super passage. The water of the drain passes clearly below the canal. The water of the canal passes clearly below the drainage in super passage. Then the discharge of the drain is more as compared to the canal discharge. Here the discharge of canal is more in compared to the drain discharge. The bed level of the canal is sufficiently above the high flood level in the drain. The bed level of the drain is sufficiently above the full supply of the canal. Canal runs above the drain, drain runs above the canal. So these are the simple differences in between, and these are the diagram. Here you can see this is the nala below, this is the canal below in superposition. Now then it is provided at the crossing of the stream and the canal where canal bed level is higher than the HFL of the stream. This is important. It is provided where the stream and canal where stream bed is higher than the HFL or FSL. Then usually stream discharge is more than canal discharge at this side. Usually again the same. Then object of this aqueduct is to take canal across the large drainage. Object of super passage is take the canal, take the stream flood discharge safely across the canal. Then the aqueduct and siphon aqueduct. Drainage of water flows freely under gravity. In this, the water runs under siphonic action. The HFL of the drain is sufficiently below the canal bed. The HFL of the drain is higher than the canal bed but lower than the FSL of the canal. So here you can see this HFL is clearly below, and here it is the touches at the bottom of the canal. So these are the few things about the cross drainage work. A few questions will be asked in the exam for the cross drainage work, that is according this what is this super passage, what is the aqueduct, etc. And the diagrams are necessary. Uh, so the references for this today's lecture is slideshare.net and the book of irrigation engineering by S.K. Garg. Thank you.